I didn't feel like I didn't want to be creative anymore. I didn't feel like I didn't want to do makeup anymore. It suddenly was just, I think I felt very disconnected. Hey guys, welcome back to Insomniac Stream. I know it has been a very long time since I have uttered those words. So I figure it's finally time to do a video on where the heck I went and why I left YouTube for what is almost a year now. First things first is to say that my absence and hiatus from YouTube was never intentional, just kind of happened after a continuous set of circumstances. Some of you know from my videos last year and just people who are both on this platform and some of my other ones, it's not that I haven't been creating new looks and doing makeup and creating new content. It's just that for the last little bit, I've been kind of solely on Twitch. I started streaming on Twitch, which is a live streaming platform. If you don't know it, it's often known for live streaming games, but they also have creative sections for everything from cooking to traditional art to body paints and so on and so forth. And I started streaming on there about 2.5 years ago now. And I think what ended up happening is that without really realizing it, I hit a burnout with YouTube. I didn't feel like I didn't want to be creative anymore. I didn't feel like I didn't want to do makeup anymore. It suddenly was just, I think I felt very disconnected, getting that real-time interaction with people and getting to really connect with you guys and getting to have those one-on-ones. And suddenly I realized that there's like almost a weird, this sounds so cringy, but there's almost like a weird loneliness to just making YouTube videos where you simply are by yourself, alone, often in a basement if you're me, talking to a camera and then uploading it and having the only real connection be through a quick back and forth in the comment section, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I still really appreciate every freaking comment and moment you guys take to write them. I know it's time out of your day to even watch a video, to take the time to leave a comment, like whatever it is, right? I know it takes time out of your day, so I really appreciate it. I think the other reason I kind of fell into the feel of a burnout is that this marks my 11th year of creating videos for YouTube. And while I'm not super consistent, I totally understand that over all the years. I started when I was in university and I've continued since. It definitely can get to a point where it's a negative mentally when, and this is entirely on me, totally my fault, but I totally reached that stage of starting to really take the numbers to heart, you know, to sit there and realize that you've been creating looks and tutorials and videos for over a decade and to have not hit these milestones that you feel like you should when you're on social media. It just kind of slowly ate away at me. And again, it sounds so freaking cringy, but I always had hoped that things like YouTube and things like Instagram and stuff, you know, like that the dream of like maybe one day it'll also be income and it'll also be a way to pay the bills and stuff. And it never reached that. And I just kept creating, saying, you know, it's not about the money, it's not about the views, it's fine. But it definitely pairing my starting to get too critical and overthink with that, with this disconnected feeling and not feeling like I was really interacting with people around the world. I think it just came together to create this weird whirlwind where I just kind of drifted away. And even when I started streaming on Twitch, it was never the intention to flip over either, by the way. I started Twitch entirely just to work on my art. And the whole side that I don't really share with you guys on the YouTube side is I have an entire like flip side to Insomniac Stream, doing commission work and portrait art and tattoo designs, and then I also sell my own designs that are inspired by different fandoms and just things that I love in the world, like magical and whimsical and crazy colors and the love of doodling and making random shapes and patterns. That has been something I've been doing and selling at shows and going to different conventions and artist alleys for the past 6 years. That's what I originally started Twitch for, was just to be able to maybe talk with someone while I was working on drawings and stuff. And then eventually I got to start also doing my makeup there, and we just built such an incredible community, and a ton of it's still you guys that have always been there. And I also understand if you can't go and check out a live stream. I totally get that. Watching a quick YouTube video is completely different from tuning into a 5 to 10 hour live stream. Not the same thing at all. So I totally get it. If you've never even checked it out and have no desire to, don't worry. It's a very different monster. But just with expanding all of that and getting to move into doing some of my makeup there as well, I also love the interaction aspect with doing makeup looks live, because there's real-time questions that can be asked. Whenever I do tutorials, I try my best to make them as informative as possible and hopefully answer what I think could be questions while showing you what I've done. But I'm never going to know exactly what people are hoping to hear, right? And with that interaction that I've been having on Twitch, I've really enjoyed being able to say, oh, you have a question about a product, oh, you have a question about exactly what I'm doing, perfect, we can go into it, we can go back and forth, we can talk shop, and it's just really, really fun. But that being said, the big question, am I coming back to YouTube? Yes, 100%. I have actually been saving the VODs for every single stream I've done the last 2 years, and some of them have already been uploaded. Like last year, you guys saw me trying to edit down the live streams into tutorials for you guys. And I've tried to make sure my stream quality gets higher and higher and like just better in general so that I have even better VODs to pull from to edit. And I will be coming back with a bunch new videos for Halloween. I can actually promise you guys this because I have been pre-editing. There are some already done in their entirety and ready to go. So I promise this is not a lie. It's not a false promise to you guys. There will be new videos coming down the pipe for Halloween. A bunch of them being looks I've done, but you're going to finally see tutorials for them. A bunch of new looks that I get to do with a few companies, which will be really, really exciting. And just overall, I want to start creating more content for you guys. The format of my tutorials will probably change. They're a little bit more condensed, and hopefully there's less redundant elements that I think I used to kind of include in my tutorials. So I'll let you guys kind of see the feedback on if you like how the new setup goes for them, but I'm definitely re-editing and getting new stuff done and getting out to you guys and not letting this happen again. I also really enjoy the beauty of YouTube. One, for people like you out there who are super busy and don't have time to check it on a live stream, and kind of as an archive with a more educational setting. Because obviously in a live stream, you have that fun one-on-one just going back and forth and talking about anything and everything, and you can obviously get sidetracked from exactly what you're doing, such as the makeup look. But the YouTube video is a nice way to archive and have a more educational twist on it, really explaining what the steps were, what I was doing, what I was aiming for, and the look that comes out of it. So that's kind of what I'm going to start thinking of it as, and I think it's also going to help me on like a mental side of not getting in my head about numbers and growth and all the stuff that just slowly eats away at you until you feel like an epic failure and that you can't accomplish anything in life, because that is going to get me nowhere and that's going to accomplish nothing. So I am changing my entire mindset on how YouTube videos will work. So I really hope you're down to see it, and hopefully you can accept my apology for the ridiculous absence that I made you experience in this last year. First video back will be next week. I'm going to definitely be committing to at least one video a week, and if not more going forward, depending on how well I can get my scheduling together. And then come October 1st, I'm going to have something very, very exciting that I have been working on for a very long time now. And hopefully you guys are down to see. But I will give you more information on that as we get closer to the date. Last thing I can say, if you're interested in seeing some of the looks that I have been working on this past year, they are on my Instagram if you want to check that out. I still upload everything there, so they just haven't made it to tutorial setting. And then of course, if you want to check out my Twitch stream, you do not have to. Like I said, I understand they're completely different demons, but just so you guys know, I do stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays is always the body paint makeup stream. Tuesdays are going to be art, and then I throw in a bunch here and there. I just don't have a dedicated extra day. It's more like I just kind of have fun wherever. Whether I want to throw in gaming, more art, cosplay, prop building, whatever it is. Okay, but yes, I don't want this video to be incredibly long. I just want it to be more of an update of what's been going on and where I've been, and yes, we are coming back. So please keep an eye out for the videos coming down the pipe. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, if I've skipped over stuff that you're wondering what the heck's been going on, please just leave them in the comments. I will absolutely get back to you guys on anything you might have questions about. And I think that's all as of right now. If not, I will, throw in more updates as we go. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your patience more than anything else. I, of course, will see you next video, which will be actually soon, not in a year. And until then, bye guys. Mwah!